Hello guys and welcome back. So in the last tutorial series we learned about the different types of data types and variables. So in this episode we will be learning different kind of operators, the basic operators. So some of the operators in Python are plus, minus, the multiplication and the division one. There are a few more but we will discuss about it in the later videos. So 9, 5, 5. So the expected output will be around 14. 8. Chapter will be 18. So these are the different kind of basic operators that which we use in Python. The division operator, the output will be 4, and the subtraction operator. So why not execute it, try it using the print statement. Plus 5. So expected output is 14. So this is how Python works, the addition operator. Now let's try with the subtraction operator. Okay, so here is our expected output. Now let's try multiplication. 18 as expected, and the division operator. Okay, it works pretty well. Now let's try it using some variables. Number 1. Okay, apologies. Number 1 is 5. Number 2 is, let's keep it 10. So let's add it. Let's sum equal to number 1. Okay, you can't use this type, and total is equal to number 1 plus number 2, and let's print the total. So we got our expected output, that is 15. Now what if we make it into a string? Will it add? The answer is no. Even if you want, we can try it out. See, the type there is a type error. It says can only concrete string, not integer to string. So what exactly it is trying to say, that you only can add an integer to an integer, not a string to an integer. But you can add a string to a string. Let's see how. Let's make it also string. So this is how it works. It just adds up. It doesn't add up the number. It just takes two variable together. Now let's perform some division operation. Okay, total is not defined. Okay, apologies. So we have to just change it. Div. Just run it. 0.5 as expected. Now let's change it by number 2 divided by number 1. 2.0. There is extra special thing in this, that is we use a double division sign. What happens over is, I just want to show you it out. So what happens is it ignores the remainder in this time. At this time it has ignored the remainder and given us the answer as only the 2, and has ignored everything after the dot, the decimal number. And what if we just remove this? We will get a type that is float. So this is what we get, the output 2.4. And even if you want, we can print that what type it is. Something like type. So expected type is float, and when we add double division, it is integer. So this is how you can say the different changes. Now let's do some multiplication. L L let's print it out. So we got our expected output, that is 50. And there is one more special thing in it. What if we are, how do we use exponent in Python? So the way we use exponent in Python is adding double star. It is a double multiplication sign. So what exactly it will be? Like it is like 5 raised to 2. That is 5 raised to 10. Sorry, 5 multiplied by 10 times. You can just check out the expected output. The exponent output, that is 1 lakh. Even tried just for better one. Number 2 is 10. 5 times, just make it 2. You will see the output as 100. This is how it works, the exponent form. Now let's do some subtraction over here. Sub Subtract number 2 from number 1. So the subtract answer is 8 as expected. Okay, so let's take some input from the users and just save it. So number 1 is equal to input, and what exactly we are doing over here is we will be printing a statement. We don't need to add anything before taking an input. We just need to add anything inside the curly brackets, inside the bracket, in the double quotation, like input uh, input number 1 as number 1, and just add number 2 over here. This is how we take input in Python. Input number 2. Okay, let's check it out how it works, and we will just print out those numbers over here. So here we get the expected output, input number 1. Let our first number be 10 and the second number also be 10, or just make it 50. Okay, so this is the expected output, 10 and 50. And let's just add those numbers and see. So the first number 10, second as 20, we got output as 10, 20. Okay, how did we get it? Okay, so we got this output because the data type is string. Because whenever, okay, the main thing over here I would like to explain is whenever you take an input, whatever kind of input it may be, it takes in the format of integer, in the format of string. Sorry, it takes everything in the Python which takes the input. It always takes the input in the format of a string. So we need to convert it into an integer format. We can just do it easily over here. and add up those numbers. Let's do it. Now add the first number as 10. This is 20. So we got expected output 30. So the most important thing to remember is whenever you take an input using Python, it saves the data, inputted data in the variable in the form of string. So whenever you need to process something, you need to convert it into an integer format or the format which you want, if data type you need. Let's just multiply these numbers. Okay, 10 multiplied by 2. Okay, easy, 20 as expected. Now moving forward, let's try the exponent one over here. 5 to 25 as expected. Now let's do the double division. 3 as expected. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Do like, share and subscribe to our channel.